In summary, I'm a big fan of all three books. The things that run through all three books are the importance of dealing with acne at the causal level, rather than using pharmaceuticals or topical products, which only aim to address the symptoms and not the cause, which is probably why they often fail and often cause unwanted negative side effects. Welcome to another edition of the Adult Acne Podcast. In this episode, I thought I would share with you my favourite 3 acne self-help books to help you overcome your acne. So the 3 books I'm going to discuss today are Unmasking Acne by Sam Wood, The Hormonal Acne Solution by Dr. Terry Long, and finally, Eliminating Adult Acne for Good, which is my latest book. I'll start by discussing Sam Wood's book, Unmasking Acne, Why Acne Products Don't Work, and how you can get permanently clear skin from within. Firstly, I have to say it is a great book, very well written and easy to follow. And what I do love right off the bat is that Sam explains what his book is not about, which is a book that will be talking about topical products. This was the first of many occasions throughout the book that I was in total alignment with Sam's views. He explains clearly that acne, whilst it appears on the skin, is a disease that is caused on the inside of the body, involving things like hormones, inflammation, the gut microbiome, and more. This is the very philosophy I've been promoting since around 2008, so a big thumbs up for Sam. The book is divided into 5 sections. The first section is entitled The Acne Myth, and it discusses the root causes of acne. The second section is entitled Clear Skin Diet, which is an overview of the foods known to cause acne, and ones which are safest to eat for acne sufferers. The third section is entitled Meal Timing for Clear Skin, which discusses the concept of fasting to help the skin clear. The fourth section is entitled Lifestyle and Supplements, which discusses dietary supplements, sleep, stress, exercise, and natural skincare. The fifth section, entitled Protocols, covers a series of protocols that allow for different dietary preferences and to optimize the workings and the balance of the bodily systems. In Chapter 1, Sam explains how acne is a modern disease, and interestingly, I remember in the 1980s, I would seek out old pictures from the late 1800s and early 1900s to see if anyone had acne back then. Suffice to say, I'm yet to see a photo or video of anyone prior to the middle of last century with acne. So again, I completely agree with Sam on his observation there. Sam also highlights that whilst many teenagers living in westernized countries suffer from acne, many people suffer from acne far beyond their teenage years, and I know that only too well from personal experience. Sam also describes how native and hunter-gatherer tribes do not experience acne, which is probably to do with a 100% natural diet and the absence of modern processed foods. In Chapter 2, Sam discusses the causes of acne. He explains that one way acne is very simple. It produces excess sebum and skin cells, and the skin's pores become blocked. Bacteria proliferate, which then triggers an inflammatory response, causing the redness. Fortunately, Sam doesn't leave it there, as seems to be the case with the medical approach. Sam goes further and asks the question why. Why do these things happen? Why do these things cause acne in the first place? The chapter continues with a discussion on hormones and how they can cause acne. Sam discusses insulin, dihydrotestosterone, estrogen, IGF-1, IGF-BP3, and the cytokine interleukin-1 alpha. So interleukin-1 alpha is a messenger in the immune system that stimulates inflammation. Next, the discussion turns to inflammation, what it is, what it does, why it's important in the body, and the role it plays in acne. Sam goes on to explain how some fats in our diet can cause acne and which fats can reduce inflammation. The chapter continues discussing food intolerances and other digestive issues, as well as intestinal permeability and what causes it. One of my favourite subjects over recent years, the gut microbiome, is also discussed in this chapter, including some of the gut conditions that can lead to acne, such as SIBO, Candida, other yeast and bacterial imbalances. Sam also gives caution on the incorrect use of antifungal or antibacterial protocols. The chapter is then completed with a little Q&A section about body acne and fungal acne. Chapter 3 discusses why acne treatments don't work. Again, from my experience, more often than not, if not always, this statement is true. Sam lists many of the common topical products, why they often don't work, and why and how they make your skin worse. He discusses treatments such as benzoyl peroxide, salicylic acid, oral antibiotics, tretinoin, and isotretinoin, which used to be called Accutane. Chapter 4 is entitled Myths, Misconceptions and Mistakes. The discussion here is around many of the studies published on acne, and in particular on foods such as dairy, high carbohydrate diets, chocolate, caffeine, and many others. Sam explains that foods that cause a hike in insulin levels, inflammation, or indigestion can cause acne, but reminds us that we all react differently to foods, so it's not the same for all of us. Therefore, there cannot be a definitive list for everyone, which I completely agree with. Sam covers a number of acne myths, including adding healthier foods are not the answer, not understanding that everything is personal, and not sticking with it and setting unrealistic expectations. The final myth of not sticking with it and setting expectations, I have a whole chapter on in my book, which I will discuss later. Chapter 5, entitled Foods that Trigger Acne's Root Causes, starts by highlighting the foods and drinks that cause spikes of acne-causing hormone insulin, including a comprehensive list of foods and their glycemic index, which illustrates how quickly a food causes blood sugar levels to rise, and therefore a release of insulin from the pancreas to counteract it. Next, Sam covers dairy and vegetable and seed oils, including the amounts of inflammatory omega fatty acids in each item. Gluten-containing foods and a number of anti-nutrients, lectins, phytic acid and oxalates are also discussed. Chapter 6, entitled Clear Skin Food List, rates foods in different categories. The categories are safe, unsafe, limit, test it, and it depends. I really like this approach as it allows for biochemical individuality, as we are all different, and also puts a degree of responsibility onto the reader, which I would suggest is crucial for success. This is a very comprehensive chapter and covers pretty much any food you might consider eating. The safe foods are foods that you can eat without increasing the likelihood of acne. The unsafe foods will increase your likelihood of acne. The limit foods you can possibly eat in a small amount before increasing your risk of acne, where foods in the test it or it depends categories you will need to try and monitor carefully. Chapter 7 is entitled How to Analyze Any Food for Clear Skin, and here Sam suggests analysing your macronutrient ratios of fats, proteins and carbohydrates. He also advises checking for sugar content, vegetable oils and other additives, and hidden ingredients. This short chapter finishes with some rules of thumb for grocery shopping. This is a crucial part of the process, in my experience. I often find myself coaching clients on how and where to do their grocery shopping. After all, if you don't know how or where to do things, how are you going to do them correctly? Chapter 8, Intermittent Fasting for Clear Skin. Again, another short chapter investigates the benefits of fasting to avoid high blood sugar levels and therefore overstimulating the acne-causing hormone insulin, as well as reducing inflammation and many other health benefits. Sam discusses many different ways in which you can apply intermittent fasting, such as the 16-8, which is similar to my own food timings, where you eat within an 8-hour window whilst fasting for the other 16 hours of the day. He also explains the 24 option, also known as the warrior diet, the 5-2 method, which includes restricted eating for 2 days of the week, the eat, stop, eat, which includes 2 days of the week where you fast for 24 hours, and finally the 1 meal a day method, where you simply eat 1 meal a day, but enough to fuel you for the rest of the day. Prolonged fasting for clear skin covers fasting methodologies that last more than 24 hours at a time, such as the 3-day fast. Sam explains the benefits of prolonged fasting and even suggests that he experienced benefits to acne scarring after completing a 6-day fast. He also discusses prolonged water fasts, where you only consume water and no food, fast mimicking diets that are very low calorie diets in effect, and fat fasting, which is only consuming small amounts of fats and no carbohydrates or protein. Amir was a 42-year-old professional man suffering from acne. He was overweight, suffering from low confidence, and had very low energy levels when he first came to see me. He was also spending £400 per month on products to cover up his acne. His skin was very oily, his face and scalp were covered in acne, and he worried that it might start to affect his career. Upon testing his gut microbiome, it was discovered that he did have a minor imbalance of gut microbes, including Staphylococcus aureus, which is often linked to skin conditions. He had hormone imbalances which would have affected his energy levels, and a number of food sensitivities that may have also caused his acne. He was a slow starter in terms of changing his diet and lifestyle, and his progress was initially slow to non-existent. Amir was also given supplementation to help rebalance his gut microbiome and his hormones. A few months into the program, we had a little heart-to-heart, and I made it clear to him that unless he fully committed to the program, he simply wasn't going to be successful. I half expected Amir to throw the towel in at that point, but to my surprise, it was just the kick up the backside that he needed. He knuckled down and he started eating right for his metabolic type, finally started eliminating sugar from his diet with a lot of perseverance, and within a few weeks, his skin improved to the point where he had clear skin for the first time in 30 years. If you would like to achieve the same kind of result as Amir, you can now follow a comprehensive step-by-step guide in my book, Eliminating Adult Acne for Good, available now from all major online bookstores and via my website at www.bodycheck.co.uk/books. Chapter 10 is called Fasting for Clear Skin Best Practices. Sam covers a number of subjects about the application of fasting protocols, including what is considered to break a fast, healthy fats, tea and coffee, diet soda, vitamins, supplements and pills, apple cider vinegar, bone broth, branched-chain amino acids, fasting supplements, and who should avoid fasting. This chapter is like a Q&A section of the questions often asked when it comes to fasting, and Sam answers those questions really well. I think Sam is quite brave including information on fasting in his book. I am comfortable myself coaching people through different forms of fasting. However, I am in constant contact with them and can answer any questions they have should they face any challenges. So it's clear, however, that there is plenty of evidence to suggest that fasting can help with acne, and Sam has clearly done extensive research and has plenty of personal experience himself. In Chapter 11, Sam covers a lot of supplements that are useful in helping to reduce acne with clear explanations as to how they help. In Chapter 12, Sam discusses sleep, stress and exercise and how they affect hormones and inflammation, two of the key causal factors of acne, plus other lifestyle factors such as toothpaste, sunshine and water filters. Chapter 13 covers natural skincare and discusses aloe vera, honey, salt rinses, apple cider vinegar, MCT oil, topical probiotics, sulfur and zinc. Section 5 of the book details a number of different protocols that you can choose to use dependent on your case and circumstances. Protocols include a clear skin diet blueprint, an insulin reduction protocol, a gut protocol, a bacterial yeast overgrowth protocol, a fungal acne protocol, a carnivore protocol, a plant-based protocol, and a thyroid protocol. There really is something for everyone in this section of the book, and Sam makes it clear which ones you should complete and in which order. My overall view of the book is that it's well researched, easy to read, and easy to follow the protocols. It's individualized and it allows for self-responsibility, and possibly most importantly, it addresses the root cause of acne. Next, I'll discuss the hormone acne solution, No Antibiotics, No Birth Control Pills, No Accutane by Dr. Terry Long. Like Sam Wood and I, Dr. Long also had her own battle with acne. I think it's fair to say that this book is more aimed at women than the other two books that I'm reviewing here, but men would still benefit from the recommendations in the book. The book opens up with an overview of acne, a rundown on the money spent on acne each year, and an overview of their ineffectiveness and side effects. Dr. Long also explains her own experience of acne and how the treatments given to her caused awful side effects. She rounds off the introduction with a great motivational piece on what life could be like if you didn't have acne. In Chapter 1, Beauty and the Beast, Dr. Long shares some frightening statistics around acne, like how many people suffer from it and the effects it has on acne sufferers. The chapter continues with a clear and concise explanation of what the skin is and the role of the skin in the body. Dr. Long explains in a very entertaining and easy to understand way using stories. She goes on to discuss the causes of acne, the different types and severity of acne, and an overview of the benefits and problems caused by traditional treatments such as antibiotics, birth control pills, Accutane, chemical pills, and laser treatment. The chapter also includes a quiz to help you decipher the causes of your acne, which is to be used later in the book when looking at the solutions. The chapter also covers a number of things that can be disruptive to the skin, including diet, lifestyle factors, quick fixes, antibiotics, and medications. The chapter ends with the suggestion that the first step to overcome your acne is to focus on balancing your hormones and a step-by-step process, reducing inflammation, balancing blood sugar levels, and balancing hormones. In chapter 2, Dr. Long goes into more detail about her own journey with acne and her own personal journey into medicine. It continues with a great story to build a picture of the hormonal causes, including estrogen dominance, and discussion on the female menstrual cycle. In chapter 3, Dr. Long presents a hormonal acne system, or HARS, that has 3 parts. 1, what you need to remove from your environment. 2, what you need to replace those things with. And 3, how to restore the skin's hormonal balance. The HARS system is 12 weeks long, made up of 3 phases of 4 weeks each. In chapter 4, Calming the Fire, Balance Your Cortisol, Balance the Eruptions, Dr. Long discusses how stress has an effect on the skin and overall health, including the effect stress has on your autonomic nervous system. Again, Dr. Long uses great storytelling to help the reader understand what can be quite complex topics. Dr. Long also discusses what she calls the 6 petals of lifestyle management, which include the matter of self, the matter of social connection, the matter of creation, the matter of mind, the matter of the heart, and the matter of fulfillment. This is a great way to look at and reflect on several aspects of your life that will not only help you with your skin, but all areas of your life. Dr. Long also discusses the importance of self-care, including a gratitude exercise, meditation, exercise, sleep, massage, and dressing up and looking nice. Definitely a little feminine touch there. Chapter 5, titled Optimize Your Digestion, Optimize Acne Clearance, discusses the mechanisms and functions of the gut and what's required to optimize digestion. The chapter also discusses food sensitivities and other foods commonly known to increase the likelihood of acne. A good critique of the food guide pyramid is given, and Dr. Long suggests a diet with a specific makeup of meals in terms of percentages of each food type, which is a little different from the recommendations I make to clients, which is more individualized. There's also a suggested grocery list and recipes, which I'm sure most people would find very useful. There is also advice on how to eat for maximum uptake of nutrients. There's also the subjects of healthy bowel movements, healthy gut flora, and a liver gallbladder cleanse, all of which I have seen work very well for acne sufferers. Chapter 6 covers hormonal harmonization and is particularly aimed at women looking at PMS, ovarian cysts, and sugar cravings. There are discussions on testosterone, PCOS or polycystic ovarian syndrome, and ways to balance estrogen dominance. In Chapter 7, entitled Skin Fasting, Skincare Products, and Routines to Clear Your Acne at Home, Dr. Long gives a breakdown of the different phases of the menstrual cycle, what happens hormonally, and how that affects the skin, plus different treatment focuses for the skin, plus specific lifestyle advice during each phase. This chapter also includes a 6-part action plan to optimize the skin, beginning with a significant reduction or complete withdrawal of skin products. This is followed by a 6-step skin routine of cleansing, steam, exfoliation, treatment, mask, and finally hydrate and balance. In Chapter 8, when to visit a clinic, can facials, Botox, injectables, lasers, and pills help? Dr. Long discusses some of the types of clinicians you might wish to visit if you're not seeing any progress with your current approach. Like myself, Dr. Long has studied functional medicine and nutrition and always seeks to find the root cause of the condition, which is what anyone looking for help from a clinician needs to seek. Many medically trained clinicians, unlike Dr. Long, only seek to treat the symptoms of acne and not the underlying cause, which is why I would suggest most people fail to achieve desirable results. Dr. Long describes how to search for a clinician should you need to see one, what questions to ask, and she discusses the myriad of treatments available, what they do, what benefits you might see, and any potential side effects. When working with clients, I often find they don't need to see anyone in person if they're doing the right things. The only time I might suggest someone sees a clinician for skin treatment is if they have scarring or pitting on their skin. The final chapter, Loving the Skin You're In, is a short summary of the entire book, instructions on the next steps to take to get started, and a final story from Dr. Long, which is a nice little pep talk before you get started. The appendices include a detailed Q&A section, the Happy Hormone Anti-Acne Food Plan, and suggestions for labs should you decide to run some diagnostic tests. All in all, like Sam Wood's book, Dr. Long's book is great. It's marketed more at women and does explain the female hormone cycle and its effects on acne. Now, what I would add, however, is that the advice given across all three books is very similar. But what about the final book? Holly was a 28-year-old personal trainer suffering from acne when she first came to see me. Holly had terrible breakouts and felt embarrassed and like a fraud when training her clients, as she didn't think she was the perfect example of what it meant to be healthy. Even though she was a personal trainer and was trained in nutrition, she didn't realize the food that she ate caused her acne and affected her overall health. Following a few lab tests, it was discovered that Holly had fungal and parasite infections, as well as food sensitivities to gluten, egg, and soy. Holly changed her diet as advised, following a metabolic typing diet, eliminating sensitive foods, and following a plan to reduce her fungal and parasite infections and to help heal her gut. The program worked to treat for Holly, and she was completely spot-free relatively quickly once the program was in full flow. She now has much more confidence, especially at work, enjoys her social life, and no longer has to wear makeup to go out of the house, which she really loves. If you would like to achieve the same kind of result as Holly, you can now follow a comprehensive step-by-step guide in my book, Eliminating Adult Acne for Good, available now from all major online bookstores and via my website at www.bodycheck.co.uk/books. Eliminating Adult Acne for Good, which is my latest book published in 2023, I wrote this book for a number of reasons. Firstly, having suffered from acne myself and getting no meaningful help from the medical establishment, I can sympathise with anyone going through the same ordeal that I went through, which destroyed my confidence and self-esteem. And having the knowledge and experience to help people, I couldn't just stand back and not try to help. I've been helping people with acne for many years now, and several years ago, rather than working one-to-one with clients, I launched an online coaching program to be able to help more people and be able to offer my services at a more affordable price. After launching the online coaching program, I was still finding the vast majority of people were still unable to afford the group coaching. So I put my thinking cap on and decided to write this book, which would make it the most affordable way that I could help people, which I also hoped meant I could help more people. In the introductory section of the book, I discuss my 18 years of hell suffering from acne and all the trials and tribulations I had. I also include a section that describes how best to use the book, whether you're someone who just wishes to be guided as to what to do, or whether you're someone who needs to understand why you're about to do something before you do it. So there are two ways of following the instructions in the book. Chapter 1 is called The Good, the Bad and the Ugly, which outlines the current medical paradigm and its flaws. I discuss traditional medical acne treatments, including antibiotics, birth control pills, topical creams and cleansers, and other treatments such as Accutane, spironolactone, and cosaprindiol. There's also a section on why the medical approach is allowed to continue despite its general ineffectiveness and negative side effects, and I uncover the political and financial reasoning behind that. Chapter 2, which is called What Really Causes Acne, goes really deep into the causes of acne according to the scientific research. Having worked with clients for almost 30 years, I am aware that some people need to understand the reasons behind doing something before they do it. I outline the important topics, such as the skin's pH levels, the skin microbiome, and the gut-skin axis, including a discussion on leaky gut syndrome, fungal acne, the 4 major causes according to scientific consensus, the mTOR pathway, and foods shown by research to cause acne. Now, whilst the science can get complex, I tried to make this chapter as simple and easy to read as possible. However, if you're someone that really doesn't necessarily need to know the science behind what you're doing, you can completely skip this chapter. What I would say, however, when you read the chapter, it will almost certainly give you the confidence in the following chapters where I explain what you need to do to overcome your acne for good. Chapter 3 is called Setting Your Mindset for Success, and it is for me the most important chapter in the book. Having been coaching clients for almost 30 years and been running an online coaching program for the last 5 years, it was clear to me that lifestyle change, or indeed change of any kind, is the biggest hurdle for anyone to overcome on a health improvement program. Without getting the mindset right, without having all the necessary mindset tools in place, it's very easy for people to give up as soon as they come up against an obstacle. As I have these mindset tools in place for coaching clients, I wanted to make sure that they were also in place for the readers of my book. The chapter starts with a section entitled "You Are What You Think," which describes how much of your life is determined by how you think, and that 95 to 99% of our choices and behaviours are performed at the subconscious level. This means that oftentimes we make decisions and it's our subconscious mind that made the decision, and we don't even realise it. I also discuss the concepts of the placebo and the nocebo effects. I then take you on a journey of setting very detailed goals, affirmations, core values, and planning ways to overcome obstacles even before they arise. These processes armor plate you against the procrastination and self-sabotage and prepare you for the rest of the advice in the book. After all, no program will work if you don't do it. Chapter 4 is the biggest chapter in the book, and it won't surprise you to know, having read my overview of the previous 2 books, that it's called the Acne Elimination Diet. I discuss the lifestyle program of metabolic typing, which includes discovering the right foods for you as an individual, and that's because you are unlike anyone else on the planet, and so your diet should be specific to you and no one else. I teach you ways in which you can find out your metabolic type, plus ways in which you can fine-tune it, specifically for your own genetic, environmental, and lifestyle requirements. There is also a detailed discussion on food quality, which is absolutely crucial to overcoming acne. As the old saying goes, if you put junk in, you'll get junk out. Throughout the book, I give you specific resources that you can use to help you every step of the way, a bit like I'm holding your hand through the process. I describe how to source good quality food and also how to best prepare to eat to optimize your digestion and get the most nutrients from your food possible. I also discuss essential dietary supplementation in this chapter and how to identify and eliminate sensitive foods from your diet which cause inflammation, one of the causes of acne. I also provide an extensive list of foods that have been shown by research to have a causal link to acne and a list of good fats that can be consumed. There is also a section on hydration in this chapter. Hydration is crucial for every biochemical reaction in the human body, and I suggest minimum amounts of water that should be consumed on a daily basis based on your body weight, plus a discussion on water quality, water filters, plus a dehydration reduction plan for weaning off dehydrating beverages. What I find with around 20% of my clients is that when they follow all the chapters so far, that's enough to completely eradicate their acne. However, for others, there is more work to do. In Chapter 5, Stress, Sleep and Rest, I discuss how stress can cause a leaky gut syndrome, which can lead to breakouts. I explain the hormonal reactions to stress and how they can lead to breakouts too. I discuss different types of stress, such as physical, chemical, electromagnetic, psychic, emotional, nutritional, and thermal. They all create the same hormonal response in the body. I discuss the human sleep cycles and how going to bed late can affect hormonal balance and lead to acne. I give clear guidance on optimal sleep times and advise on how to get the best night's sleep. Chapter 6, Balancing the Gut-Skin Axis, discusses the importance of the gut microbiome on skin health. I discuss probiotics and probiotic foods, testing the gut and how to aid the gut, and also how to support digestion. I suggest that before looking to balance the gut microbiome, a heavy metal detox might be valuable, as many microbes surround themselves in film, some made from heavy metals. I outline a gentle heavy metal cleanse that I use with clients, and in some instances, the heavy metal cleanse was the key to unlock the door to clear skin. I also outline 2 cleanses that can be performed to help rebalance the gut microbiome. 7. I also outline 2 cleanses that can be performed to help rebalance the gut microbiome. With each type of toxin experienced, I do suggest ways in which you can either eradicate, replace, or minimize. Minimizing, or even better, eradicating toxins from your environment will take a great load of many systems of your body and help your skin to heal. Chapter 8, the inside-out detox, follows on after the outside-in detox, which is to safely extract toxins from the body, many of which may have taken up residence at the cellular level. I discuss a number of detox protocols, including infrared saunas, colon cleanses, castor oil packs, liver gallbladder cleanses, heavy metal filling removal protocols, cell cleanses, and skin cleanses. I detail exactly what you need to use and where you can source the items, as well as how to perform them safely and effectively. Chapter 9 is called the Skin Cleansing Ritual, which outlines cleanses you can do periodically for the skin, as well as advising for daily washing, moisturizing, and the use of purifying face masks. Chapter 10, Putting it all together, provides you with a step-by-step guide of what you need to be doing on a daily basis, with the ability to chart your progress of when you start and complete each task to help you keep track and stay accountable. In the appendices, there are tons of resources to help you every step of the way on your journey, including diet plans and menus, and a website where you can access even more resources, which will save you a lot of time too. At the end of each chapter, I also introduce you to a client that I've helped and share their story with you. As you will see, their journeys were all very different and the causes of their acne were different too. In summary, I'm a big fan of all three books. The things that run through all three books are the importance of dealing with acne at the causal level, rather than using pharmaceuticals or topical products, which only aim to address the symptoms and not the cause, which is probably why they often fail and often cause unwanted negative side effects. If you are suffering from acne, I would recommend any and all of these books. And at the extremely low price for the mountain of information each one brings to the table, why not purchase all three? The one thing that I would like to add that perhaps none of the books covered in any real detail is the things that cause acne can also cause very serious illnesses like diabetes, dementia, heart disease and cancer. Treating acne at the symptom level will not address the potential causes of serious disease. Treating acne at the causal level will address the causes of more serious disease and not only add more years to your life, but more importantly, more life to your years. Well, that's it for today's episode. Don't forget to send me your acne questions and make sure to join me next time for more great information on how to eliminate your adult acne on the Adult Acne Podcast. And don't forget, make sure to like this video, comment below, subscribe to the channel, and thanks for watching.